That was not right. This is not Ricci Mahjong. What happened there? This is the nitty gritty Let's Play live stream where we're going to do a Q&A session on the 2025 National Mah Jongg League card. So sorry for that confusion there. You can disregard the grind mode notice that you just saw. So welcome. Thank you for being here. I'm excited about this session. I hope that this will be interactive. Please feel free to use the chat if you have questions. If you are not aware, I do an annual review of the National Mah Jongg League card, and I do a side-by-side comparison and then provide my findings, which includes facts, statistics, and opinions on the changes, and I put it all together in a presentation, and then I broadcast a video that went out last week. I also write a downloadable ebook so that you could study it on your own. Depending on how you learn, you can watch the video or download the book or both, and then digest that information at your leisure. Tonight, we're going to talk about the FAQs that have come up between the release of the card and this point in time. I'm sure that it will probably continue, but I think that the frequently asked questions have been limited to a handful, let's say, and that's what we're going to look at tonight. And then we'll do a little bit of gameplay with commentary, time permitting, and if there's interest. I want to say thank you so much for being here. Moderators, thank you for helping monitor the chat. We are going to use a nitty-gritty format, so we're not going to do any socialization tonight. If you are interested in socializing, where we just hang out, play Mahjong, we still do gameplay with commentary. That's on Friday nights from 5 to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. Thank you for being here. We do have a new channel member, Lisa. Thank you so much for supporting MAHJLIFE, and to all our channel members, I appreciate your loyalty. And just a quick shout out to our friends in San Diego. We all hope that you're okay. We heard there's a bit of a shakeup going on, for lack of a better term, and we hope that you're okay. All right, welcome, welcome. Appreciate you being here. So let's get started. I'm going to first ask if we have any viewers who are new to the channel. If you are a subscriber, you can say hi in chat. Let us know if you're new. Just put noob in the chat. You could put N-O-O-B. That means noob. You're new to the channel. Please put that in the live stream chat. And if you're not aware that I do a new card analysis, because it's pretty in-depth, and not everybody appreciates analytics, because I do provide some analytics. It's very high level, and it does not follow any scientific approach. All I do is compare last year's card and this year's card, and I count different attributes on the card. I count the changes to the categories on the card. I look at the rules on the back of the card, and I make notes about any changes that I observe. And then I also give some commentary on my own findings and ideas, particularly hand value, hand shape, the patterns on the card, and whether or not I think this year's card will be more difficult, more challenging than the last. First time with us live. Wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for coming. All right, noobs. We've got noobs in the room. Welcome. Virtual hugs to you all. So you may not be aware that I do this analysis. There is a link in the video description below so that you can download the ebook. And we're not going to follow that. We're not going to dig into a lot of detail, because you can watch the video and download that ebook and take care of that on your own. We're just going to look at the Q&As, and then also answer Q&As or answer questions from people during this live stream that are not covered in the Q&A that we're going to look at right now. Welcome. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and share my screen, and we're going to get started right away. I'm hoping that we'll have time to do a little bit of gameplay with commentary. So let me get to my website. My website, if you don't know, is MAHJLIFE.com. That's MAHJLIFE, MAHJLIFE.com. And here I have all kinds of things that can help you as a player. And if you happen to be an instructor or an inspiring instructor, you can find all kinds of things in here to help you on your journey. There's also a store with merch, and I do a lesson kit as well. And then we have events that happen every week. Every day I go live, except on Sundays. We also have a couple of blogs that can also help you with your gameplay. We're going to focus on the wiki. This is a collection of digital articles all about the game, rules, sportsmanship, strategy, and even some teaching tips. So there's a lot that can be had here. If you just click wiki, you'll get to a search feature where you can look for articles if you use keywords. In this case, we're going to look at FAQs. So I'm going to type in FAQ. And this will turn up two different, or a few actually, articles. Number one is National Mah Jongg League card FAQs. There's one on rules as well. I invite you to look at that on your own. But this is the one we're going to start with here. I'm going to go up here to the top of the screen. Maybe that'll make it a little bigger. Okay. Yep, this year is definitely going to more challenging than last year's card. And if you get my ebook, you'll know why. And just so you know, there are 28 new or unique patterns on the card, the shapes of the hands on the card. So it is going to be very challenging compared to last year. And you probably will be learning as you go that you'll be picking a hand earlier than normal. So it might feel a little bit different if you're an adaptive player. If you like to wait to pick a hand, you're going to be forced to pick a hand early compared to other years. So let's get started with these FAQs. And after we go through my list of FAQs that I get on day in and day out basis through social media, we'll open it up to anybody else who has questions that were not covered here. So let's get started. I'm going to make this bigger for you. So the first thing that I want to share is that there are going to be challenges on the card, of course, every year. The league is a group of volunteer staff, and it's run by committee, and they are humans, so sometimes mistakes get through, and we had that experience this year. One of the challenges that we currently have is that some people still are waiting for their card, and a common question is, when will I get my card? You'll get it as soon as the USPS will deliver. At the mercy of the USPS. The league did ship cards that were purchased before mid-February. You should receive them imminently, any day now. And then another challenge that we have with this year's card is that there are some errors, printing errors on the card. So the two errors are with evens number 4 on the small card and consecutive run 3-2 on the large card. So these are supposed to be mixed suit hands, 3 suits. Even though the card shows 1 suit, they are supposed to be in mixed suits. So the league has made the unprecedented decision to republish the card with corrections. That's not happened before since I've been playing the game. So this is surprising, and a lot of people are very happy that they are reprinting these cards, and we'll have new cards sent to us to replace the misprints. So in the meantime, a lot of people have just been using a highlighter to differentiate the colors, or maybe an underline with a Sharpie. Some people have printed on regular paper and cut and pasted to show the different colors just with strips of paper, kind of their own label. So you're free to do that. I personally am just playing with it the way it is, and I just know that these 2 hands are supposed to be in mixed suits. So that's the first, those are the first 2 Q&As. When will I get my card, and what are the errors on the card? There are some other errors, but they're more oversights that we're going to go over. As far as when you're going to get them, the cards have been in production, and they should be out late May, apparently, to early June. So if you ordered your card before February, you should get the reprint between late May and early June, and then people who ordered after that will come later. So you will get both cards, one with the misprints and the one with the corrections. So you'll just need to be patient and wait for those to come in the mail. But they are making it right, which we applaud them for that. So let me just give you this. Oh, what happened? Oh, it didn't work. Applause for the league in correcting that misprint. So the next question that has come up on occasion, this is not a super frequent question, but I think that this particular question is important because of one of the hands. And this is, which hands are the same? The hands that are the same on the card are Winds and Dragons number 1, 2 options. Then we have also Winds and Dragons number 7, second hand from the bottom. That was in the year category last year. So that is the same hand. However, it is an exposable hand. Last year it was a concealed hand, and incidentally, it is the same value. This, I think, should have been, this is my opinion, this should have been a 25-point hand, or this should have been a 35-point hand last year and then a 30-point hand this year. Because right now, this 30-point hand was concealed last year, and it's now exposable at the same value. So I think there's a little reconciliation issue there. The other option that is repeated from last year is the 3-6-9 hand, second hand down. That is now a math play hand, but it's the same hand. 3-6-9 and 2 suits, same hand. So those are the same hands as last year. The next FAQ that we have is consecutive run number 7. This is the second hand from the bottom. It's a 5-number sequence with a pair, where the pair matches the kongs of like numbers. I like to call this a floating pair hand. The pair must match the kongs, but it can be any number in that 5-number run. So this has been a question, and incidentally, you cannot expose that run, and you cannot use jokers in that because it's got singles and a pair in there. So you have to complete that yourself, but you can be ready to win on one of those tiles. And if someone discards your winning tile, you can declare mahjong if it is your winning tile. So that is a really, this is probably one of the highest on the frequently asked questions for this year's card. Consecutive run number 7. The next FAQ, yeah, this one is crazy. We just played this earlier today and won. We won with this hand earlier today. If you missed the nitty gritty live stream this afternoon from 1 to 3, you can see this hand in action when we played that. But we did win this hand earlier today. It's a lot of fun to play. I think I'm gonna like that hand. The next FAQ we have here is about the second hand down under Winds and Dragons. Winds and Dragons, number 2, pair of flowers, 3 numbers in a sequence. That is called a chow. And then you need all 3 dragons. The chow, the suit you use, is independent from the dragons, meaning you get to choose which dragons represent pair pung kong. The chow does not need to match the kong. On the card, it's shown in one color, and then the dragon kong is the same color, but it doesn't have to correspond. Any chow with any combination of dragons, pair pung kong. This one is a bit complex and is creating a lot of confusion. It is a new shape and pattern on the card for the league. And I'm going to circle back to this. Okay, so any questions about Winds and Dragons number 2? I don't see any questions, so we're going to keep going. The next question that keeps coming up is opposite dragons. What does that mean? What is an opposite dragon? When you have one suit with dragons, different dragons, sometimes the league will use the term opposite dragons. And all that means is that you've got to have 3 suits represented, and the dragons are proxies for the other suits. So you have number tiles as your primary part of the hand, and then opposite dragons. They represent the other suits. So here we have dots, 7, 8, 9, with pairs of red and green dragon. Those represent the cracks and BAM suit. So they are proxies. We have another example with odds 1, 3, 5 and the dragons. Again, BAMs is the primary suit with the number tiles, and then we have proxies with the dragons for the other 2 suits. So all 3 suits are represented by way of the dragons. So that is what opposite dragons is. The other 2 suits, number tiles in one suit, dragons with the other 2 suits. That's still a 3-suit hand, even though the number tiles are not present. The dragons represent the suit. Okay, the next one that is causing a bit of a challenge with players is any like numbers number 2. Some people thought this was a printing error, and it is not. This requires a concealed Kong of like numbers, the 7 dots in this example, but it's split into 2 pair. So it's basically a concealed split Kong. So you cannot use jokers with those pairs. You can use jokers, Kong of flowers, and then you can also use jokers for the pungs of like numbers. But the 7 dots in this example have to be natural tiles. You cannot use a joker there. I'm calling that a concealed split Kong, or 2 identical pairs. Oh, thank you, Grace. Okay, so like numbers number 2, the kicker here is you've got to have that Kong in your hand or you're in trouble. If you have 2 pungs of 7s, I don't think there is a hand on here other than this like number hand with 2 pungs, depending on what number your like number is. So for example, let's see, 2 pungs, double pungs. I don't think we have like number pungs. So if you have like number, oh, there's one, 3s and 7s. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th hand down under under odds. That has double pungs of 3s or 7s. And then there are, let's see, double pungs of evens, 4th hand down. So you want to be careful about disqualifying somebody with double pungs thinking they're playing that split Kong hand, because there are double pungs of evens, 4th hand down under evens. So double pungs there. There's also a year hand, 2s and 5s. Double pungs with 2s and 5s as well. So the only thing, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Double pungs of 9s would be the only one that could be a disqualifiable option, because double pungs of 9s are only allowed in that 2nd hand down under like numbers. Double pungs of 9s I don't think are anywhere else on the card. So if somebody has double pungs of 9s, you know they're playing that split Kong hand. So if another 9 goes down, you can disqualify them, because there's no other opportunity for double pungs of 9s. Odds number 7 has 3s. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, odds number 7 has 3s and 7s. Okay, excuse me. All right, so double pungs, basic double pungs of numbers everywhere on the card. You can do odds, evens, year hand, but double pungs of 9s will be the kicker. So make sure you have that Kong in your hand or you're ready to win before you have that second exposure. Otherwise, you can find yourself in a bit of trouble. Also, if you have a Kong of flowers with a pung of 9s, you might have trouble there as well. So the key is to have your Kong in hand before you commit to exposures on this hand. Any like numbers does have pungs, but it's concealed. That like number pung hand is concealed, 3rd hand down. Okay, the next challenge that we have here is, why is 3, 6, 9 number 5 a lower value than odds number 7? 2nd hand from the bottom under odds, and 2nd hand from the bottom under 3, 6, 9. These have the same components, 3 pairs and 2 Kongs. One is a 30-point value and one is a 25-point value, but the difficulty is the same. So with that, you just need to know, if you decide to play 3, 6, 9, you're only going to get a 25-point payoff for a difficult hand. So you just want to make sure that you understand that it is undervalued. And other than that, it's not a big deal. It's just an inconsistency, I guess you could say. Okay, next we have also with there's another challenge with valuation here. Historically, hands with 4 pairs and big multiples are 35-point hands. So evens number 8 and odds number 9 are both 30-point hands. Historically, they have been 35 points. So those are going to be difficult and they're undervalued. I also think, this is a personal opinion, Winds and Dragons number 2, that Chow hand with dragons, I think this should be a 30-point hand. I think that is a hard hand, even though you get to choose which suit to use. Having all 3 dragons plus a pair and a Chow in one hand, I think is a lot to ask. That's a big ask. With the number of dragon hands on the card, I think that is a big ask. So I think that should be a 30-point hand, but that's just my personal opinion. The bottom line here is you must use good judgment with hand selection and adjust your approach to account for discrepancies with the valuation differences. And I talk a lot about this in the ebook. The next challenge that we have as players is the use of the white dragon. Odds number 4 is a math play hand. So there's an equals 10 in there. Usually the white dragon is used as a dual tile with a year block, 2025, for example. We're used to using the white dragon as a year tile, but this year it's used in math play. Some people think that that is licensed to use the 0 in a consecutive run, but that is not how American Mahjong works. You can't use a 0 in a consecutive run. One way you can think about this is you can use a white dragon as a 0 in either a year block or with math properties. So any math hand could come with a 10, for example, or a 20 for that matter, or any other number, I suppose. No, I guess 20 wouldn't work if you think about math play and the formulas they use. Just know that if it is a math hand or a year hand, you might see a 0 in there. But you still cannot use a 0 in a run. Otherwise, one of the instructors in our guild meeting today mentioned that if you could use a 0 in a run, then the example under consecutive run would start with a 0 and not a 1. In this case, it starts with a 1 because that's what's allowed, 1 through 9. The range is 1 through 9. You get to choose where to start the run, and you can't use a 0. Okay, next we have, can I use evens with north and south and odds with east and west? No, these are not interchangeable. These are with Winds and Dragons number 5 and number 6. You have to use odds with north and south and evens with east west. They are not interchangeable. So that covers the FAQs for the inside of the card. The inside of the card. Does anybody have any questions about the inside of the card? Feel free to put your questions in chat, and we can visit this for a few minutes unless nobody has any questions, because there are some issues on the back of the card, and I want to go over those to make sure everybody understands some of the rulings on the back of the card that can create some confusion. No, I don't see any questions yet on the inside of the card that haven't been covered here. One of the interesting things about, let me go full screen real quick. There are a couple of reasons why I think this is going to be a difficult, or let's say challenging card this year. There are a few reasons why. The first reason is it's a new card. We have to get used to it, but that's temporary. Eventually, depending on how often you play, you'll get used to it over time. Aside from that, it's going to be a challenging card because there are 28 new or unique shapes on the card. I believe 7 are brand new to the league in general, the shapes and patterns on card. So that in and of itself is going to make it more challenging. I'm sure you're going to be looking at the card more often than last year's card. I've found that to be true for myself. I've been looking at the card more often early, and I've been picking a hand early as well. This could be part of the transition period, which will probably taper off after maybe a month of play. The other reason why I think that this is going to be a more challenging card is because there are 4 unprecedented shapes on the card. 4 in 1 year is unusual. Usually there's maybe one big difference. Like last year, there was a chow for the first time, 1, 2, 3. And of course you can change the sequence, but there was a chow on the card, and that was a new experience for a lot of people. This year, we have 2 chow hands and a sequence of 5. That is unusual, unprecedented, I think. So you have 2 chow hands. That would be the 4th hand down under consecutive run and the 2nd hand down under the Winds and Dragons category. And then you have the 2nd hand from the bottom with the 5 number sequence with what I'm calling a floating pair that corresponds to the like number kongs. That is unusual. And then we have the 4th unprecedented shape, and that is the concealed split kong. So those are 4 unprecedented shapes on the card in 1 year. That's unusual. In addition to the 28 unique shapes, we're going to be looking at the card a lot this year. And people are going to need a little more time during the transition period. So please be patient with yourself and others at the table. Let's see. Let me catch up on the questions. It looks like the soap is a 0. 1 has to be, okay, people are asking about the 1-9 math play hand under odds, 4 flowers, Kong 1-9 with a 1 and a 0, number 10. The 1 in there just has to be a different suit than the 1 and the 9 in the other 2 blocks. Yep, chow is unprecedented. We have 2 on the card. A chow is 3 numbers in a sequence, just 3 numbers in a sequence. So for example, the 2nd hand from the bottom under consecutive run, the 5 number sequence, that is not a chow. News is not a chow. That's a block of 4 singles. 2025, the year block, that is not a chow. A chow is specifically 3 numbers in a sequence. A chow cannot be called for American Mahjong unless you're ready to win. If you're ready to win, you can claim a discard for any block. It doesn't matter what it completes. Yep, except for Mahjong. You can claim a discard to complete any tile. It doesn't matter what block it completes if you're ready to win. But you cannot claim a discard to expose a chow. Just like you can't expose a block of news or a year block like 2025, you have to wait till you're ready to win to make that exposure. The only exposures that you can make by discard are Pung Kong Quint, or if they ever go to sextets, 6 of a kind. I don't know if we'll ever see that again, but it is possible. So 3 or more identical tiles in a block, those are the ones that you can claim a discard to expedite hand development. Claim a discard, make an exposure. Of course, you're revealing more about your hand, so you want to be mindful of that. All right, let's see. Someone is saying, you think that 369 number 5 may be only 25 points because it is flexible. 369 number 5, it's flexible, whereas the 1-9 with 357 is static. Okay, that's a good point, Robin. You can use 3, 6, or 9 with kongs, whereas 8s is not flexible. You have to use 1 or 9. All right, that's interesting. I still think it's more component based in my mind. 3 pairs with 2 big multiples historically is a 30-point hand. But it is what it is. It's 25 points. So if you win that hand, you're going to get 25 points regardless. But yeah, I like your logic, Robin. Okay, so now I'm going to share my screen and we're going to go on to the back of the card. Now, the first thing I want you to notice, and I never really thought about this so much, is on the back of the card, the title on the first panel is standard based on 8 flowers and 8 jokers. Standard. The standard. The challenge here is that the space is limited. You got limited real estate on the back of the card, and there are a lot more rules for the game than just what is written on the back of this card. And one of the challenges that many people have is they think they just need the card in order to play the American Mahjong game. And while there's enough information on the back of the card to play the basic game, there's a lot more to the game than what is on the back of that card. The league has published a guidebook that they call Mahjong Made Easy that has all the official rules and guidelines for the game. But even that is not comprehensive because the league publishes rulings in their annual bulletin that don't make it into that booklet. Also, they give out verbal rulings in phone calls to players who run into challenging situations. So sometimes a verbal ruling may not even make it into that guidebook, which is why I created the MAHJLIFE wiki. So if you ever want to know about any ruling, you can use the MAHJLIFE wiki, which is free and on demand on my website. You can just type in keywords and find any ruling, whether it was published on the back of the card, in Mahjong Made Easy, in a bulletin, or through a phone call. It's all in this wiki, and we're looking at one of those articles right now. So just know that you do have access to a comprehensive collection of rules through the MAHJLIFE wiki. And then know that whatever's on the back of the card is not comprehensive. And we're going to look at that right now. So they do provide basic rules and guidelines. It's due to limited space. It is not comprehensive. The first challenge that we have, and a question that keeps coming up, is what do we do when 2 players want the same discard? So there are a few things that happen here. On the back of the card, it says for rules 5 and 6, what should happen when 2 players want the same discard for the same reason? The rule is that the next player in turn gets the tile, but the league did not write in there the exception to the rule, which applies when the player next in turn is not paying attention. If the player who is next in turn is not paying attention and somebody at the table calls a discard or or exposes tiles from their hand, then it's too late for that other player. This is not a license to rush the play, though. Grabbing that discard and racking it before the other player, that's bad form. That's poor sportsmanship. Everyone should have time to think. And the good rule of thumb there, a guideline, is to count to 3 in your head. Before you act on a discard, count to 3 to give people time, especially if you're playing in a social group where there's a lot of noise. You want to take that into consideration as well. If you're playing in a tournament, if there's any problem, of course, you'll call the director over and they'll help. And then if something were to happen with the group in a social setting, just do a majority rules and figure out what's best to do for the group. But when 2 players want the same discard, whether there's a delayed response or someone's not paying attention or everyone's paying attention and someone rushes the play, you're going to need to make a choice as a group on how to handle that situation. One thing that I do in my group when I play, and my expectation when I play in a group, is the player next in turn gets the tile. If somebody is rushing the play, they should be penalized for that, and maybe playing out of turn. But that would be a house rule. So you just want to make sure that everybody in your group knows what the rule is. And the rule is, if the player next in turn is not paying attention, it's going to be too late for them. And the player who acted reasonably by claiming the discard or making exposure, then it's just too late. Let's see. All right, so next. Oh, thank you, Grace. Okay, the next ruling is changing an exposure. They added number 7 to the back of the card. It correctly explains that changes can be made to an exposure during a player's turn. You can change the number of tiles used, and you can also, and that would apply to, let's say, going from a pung to a kong, or going from a kong to a pung. If you make a mistake, you can change that exposure. And also you could change the type of tile. Like if you accidentally, let's say that you called a flower and you accidentally expose 1 BAMS. That's a common mistake because they look similar. You can make that correction for that exposure. So you can correct the number of tiles and the type of tile. However, what they did not include here is that if you request a joker exchange, you can no longer make that change. That exposure is locked in. If you discard, you cannot make any changes to previous exposures. So if you had an exposure earlier in the game, you cannot change that exposure. It's only the current exposure during that turn, and only if you have not done a joker exchange, because that will lock in that exposure. Also, what is not included here is if a player mistakenly racks the wrong discard, they can be disqualified. That is a disqualifiable error. So, and they did not include that in this ruling, but that is a rule. And you can see that there is a link to these rulings so that you can dig deeper on this page. The next one is if a claimed discard is racked or tiles are exposed, the player is committed to using it. You cannot change your mind and put the tiles back in your hand or put the discard back. You cannot undo that exposure. You're committed to it. If the discard touches your rack, or if you expose tiles, you're committed to following through. All right, so that does it for the FAQs that have come up again and again since the release of the card. Does anybody have any other questions that keep coming up at the table? Myself and other experts are in the chat willing to help if anybody would like to bring up any other challenging situations that might have come up. Again, just for reference, that wiki article is number 254, article 254, or you can just type FAQ in the search box and you'll find that wiki article. Let's see. Oh, I know. Yeah, they left off joker exchange. Yeah, and there was room available for them to expand on that, by the way. Here's the ruling. Look at all this space that they have here. They had a lot more space. They could have added all 3 of those rules in there had they worded it well. They could have squeezed it all in. So I'm surprised, but you need to make sure that you understand that the rules of the game are extensive, and I highly recommend getting Mahjong Made Easy. You can get it on their website. Oh, there's another oddity in here. This isn't an FAQ, but it is odd. And that is, if you look on the back of the card in the middle panel under Rules for Jokers, number 6. Wait a minute. Let's see. Oh, it's number 5. Number 5, any tile except a joker. Maybe, oh, I guess that's not it. Hold on, let's see. Any tile except a joker. Okay, there it is. It is number 6. Any tile within a grouping such as news 11223 or tiles that represent the year may be called only for Mahjong. That has nothing to do with jokers. Number 6. And incidentally, there are way more rules about jokers than what is in that list. I think there are 18 rules. 18 rules about jokers. Let me share my screen real quick. Yep, rule number 6. I just mentioned that if you type in here Joker protocols, you'll find a wiki article with all the rules about jokers in here. Joker protocols, article 221. There's the first one is you can't pass jokers during the Charleston, and then look at all these rules about jokers. All these are about joker use during the pick and discard phase of the game. So there are way more rules than just those 8. So make sure you get Mahjong Made Easy, or you use this wiki to help you find all the rules for a given situation. Gretchen says, relatively new to the game. Is it unusual to have only 2 news hands? 3 if you double count news hands in odds. Oh, I see. Yeah, I do count those as 2 different hands. Actually, having more than one that spells news alone, usually it's 1. Sometimes we have none. So you never know what the league is going to do. Just like with the chows, 2 chow hands. We went from 1 chow hand last year to now 2. That's unprecedented and a trend. All right. I guess if we don't have any other questions, would you guys want to do a little bit of gameplay with commentary? I'd be happy to share my screen and we could play a few hands of Mahjong. Let me know if you would like that. I play at Mahjong time most of the time, so I could share my screen and we could play a bit of Mahjong and maybe have some scenarios that come up with hand development. Let me go ahead and log in and I'll share my screen. All right, here we go. We're going to play a few games. I can go as long as people are interested till, let's say, 8. Okay, so we're going to go to games and I don't see an open table at the moment. Let me create a game. If anybody with an account would like to join me, look for MAHJLIFE. MAHJLIFE, and I'll make it affordable. And I will seat players. Here we go. You're welcome, Wes. Thank you for being here, and thank you for helping monitor the chat. Anybody with a blue, their name in blue with a wrench, I just want to give a quick shout out to our moderators for helping monitor the chat. If anybody has an account at Mahjong Time, feel free to join me at MAHJLIFE. There's a table here called MAHJLIFE. Feel free to join me, and we'll play a few games. This will be probably, I think I've played maybe at this point my 7th time, so just a handful of times. I'm still in the transition period with the game, playing with this card, so I am fumbling a little bit just like everybody else. It kind of creates a level playing field between beginners and experienced players, so it's a fun time to play the game. Here we go. First game. I play an adaptive style of play, but I do target multiples. Multiples are pair pung kong. So if I have multiples, I target them and let them drive my decisions. If you look at the card, every hand on the card uses multiples. So in this case, we have flowers. So whatever we play, we're going to use these flowers. That would be the multiple here. If I look at the rest of my tiles, I do see we have 2 6s and 2 7s. We could maybe play like numbers, or we could maybe play a 3 6 9 hand. Let's let the 1, the 2, and then let's let one of these winds go. Maybe, let's see, let's let the 3 go here. This is a little bit of a risky discard. Go in here, 1, 2, 3 there. Is there any tile that is safe to discard and which is better to pass, winds or dragons? That's a great question. Dragons are more prevalent than winds. So if you are at a place where you got to make a choice to pass winds or dragons, it's better to pass a wind than a dragon, because there are more, I believe 7 more dragon hands than winds. Okay, so we did get a 2 and a 4 here. We have 5, 6, 7. I would let this 9 go. I'm wondering if we'll get winds in here. That'd be kind of nice. If you look at the ebook, I do talk about what I call pits. Let's see, what did I call them? The pitfalls of each category, how to avoid the powers and pitfalls of each category in that ebook. Okay, so we did get a south pair in here now. North and south, we do have 7s, but we have this pung of flowers. I think we need to leverage that, although, you know what we have here? Let's see, let's let the 6 go, 6 bam. We might be able to do that chow hand, 3rd hand down. Let's let the west go here. There are no safe discards because every tile in the set uses pair pung, singles and pairs. So yes, that is correct. Here's an 8 crack. Let's see, I would definitely do the Charleston again. Since we have a pung of flowers, I think we should let the winds go at this point. So let's pass 2, 5. Oh, let's see. We're waiting for someone to make a decision on whether, okay, here we go. 2, 5, let's break up the south. Let's see, we have an 8 crack, 5 crack, 6, 7, 7. We could play like numbers or maybe that 4th hand down under consecutive run. Yeah, that's true, Grace. Flowers are not used as a single, but flowers are prevalent. So I wouldn't, a flower is not safe. Okay, look, we've got a nice hand building here. 4, 5, 6 with 7, 8. The chow hand, we've got one of the chow hands go. Oh, no, that's the wrong tile. This one. 3, 4, 5 chow with 6, 7. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 with flowers. 4th hand down under consecutive run. That would leverage the pung of 7s and the flowers. Okay, so let's let the west, the 9 go, and then this 8. I like this card. I think it's going to be a lot of fun to play. It's going to be very challenging, and I think it's going to keep our attention for at least till December. Maybe even January because of the unique shapes on the card. Let's see, we have south. Oh yeah, we have lots to pass. Passing 2 and 5, that is always risky. Passing like year block. You want to try to minimize passing 2s and 5s and even white dragons or dragons in general. Yeah, you want to avoid passing a 2, 5. Just like you don't want to pass 2 winds or 2 dragons. That would be risky. You want to mitigate the risk in your passing as much as possible. Here, for example, I let go of 2 winds, a north and a west. So I'll probably keep that south and discard it instead of passing it. Oh yeah, there's the 3, 4, 5. So we have no gaps for 4th hand down. We may even have a little wiggle room if we get a 2 crack. Let's let the 7 bam go.
7 bam.
Thank you, Denise. Thank you so much for being here for this live stream. I hope you found the Q&A helpful. We're doing, if you missed the Q&A, feel free to watch it afterwards. This will be reposted. We're just doing gameplay with commentary now. So that player to our right has an
7
exposure with a
bamboos.
joker. Oops, somebody got it already. If the 7 dot goes down, we can pung or Kong. Sorry.
8 characters.
That's a Kong for this hand. That 8 crack was going around in the Charleston. Oh, white dragon. I would let this go first because we're not playing a dragon hand. Dragons should go first. I like to discard winds and dragons and flowers if I'm not using
9
them.
dots.
And then I use a discard strategy that I call outside in. Right now, we don't have any examples of it, so maybe in the next hand we can talk about it. I go live on Mondays with a nitty-gritty Let's Play live stream where we go over recurring topics. So if you're new to my channel, consider joining us on Mondays or watch the reposts. I'll share about that. I think there's a link to this wiki article in the video description. It's called the Skills and Strategies Matrix. And you can watch videos that have been published on this recurring cycle.
West wind.
We have an extra flower in here, so probably we should let that go. I don't think we should. Yeah, I think we need to let this go now.
Flower.
Because we only need a pung. Flowers increase in risk as the game progresses. So if you're not using flowers, discard them early. Okay, we just need a single 6. So we're in good shape at the moment. An 8 crack was discarded. So let's see. Also, I think somebody has the 8 crack. There's an 8 dot. Let's let the south go. We do have 5, 6 cracks, 7, 8 dot. Second hand down in 2 suits under consecutive run, but we would have to throw away a pung of flowers, so I would not be distracted by that. Okay, now that 8 bam is what we were maybe gonna play as an option for the chow hand, but it just went down. Here's a joker exchange opportunity for us.
Bamboos.
That came in handy there.
8
so
dots.
I think this 6 can go at this point. 3, 4, 5 crack, 6 bam, 7 dot. We need to Kong. We need one more good pick in here for that 6 bam.
North wind. 2 dots.
So we're looking for a 6 bam. Joker will do. Big hesitation on the 2 dot. So that has to be the player across from us because you can't use a 2 with a 7. So there it is. Kong over there. We need to let this 2 or this 3 dot go.
3 dots.
Oh, they just discarded 3 dot. There was a little hesitation on that 3 dot. So we're going to let that go right now.
3 dots.
That 7 bam will be a good discard for us. The 6 crack is
6 dots.
1 6 crack is out right now.
2 dots.
Oh, they got their own joker back. That worked out nicely for them.
Seven characters.
Okay, now that was a good discard for us because this player to our right has 7 bams. I was thinking maybe they could be playing like numbers, but they didn't hesitate on that 7 crack. We need a 7 dot. So I feel good about that. The player across from us will not be needing 7s. The player to our left could be a competitor for a tile here. Let's see. Let's discard the 6 crack.
6 characters.
We could potentially switch to the second hand down under like numbers. We're quite a ways away from that. I think we're closer to the chow hand, and we can use jokers. So I think the 7s, although
8 bamboos.
We're set up for like numbers, I think we should stick with our plan
6
of
dots.
consecutive run number 4. 4th hand down. Chow, 3, 4, 5, 6 bam Kong, 7 dot Kong, pung of flowers.
4 characters.
We're looking for 6 bam, 7 dot. it would be ideal to draw a 6-bam or a joker.
3 characters.
We don't need that. We need south.
South wind.
I need to turn on my light. Hold on.
Flower.
There, that's better. We're going to pass. You want to make sure that you're clicking on the right word. I've mistakenly clicked on the wrong word before. And that can be a painful mistake. So make sure you click on the right word.
5 dots.
We are looking for a 6-bam or a joker, really.
9 characters.
If a 7 dot goes down, I would definitely Kong.
Flower.
Oh, we can pass. Oh yeah, I just
8
realized
characters.
the player to our right has 7-bam Pong. We don't want to keep these 7s.
Red dragon.
We need to let these 7s go. Nobody wanted the 5. The 7 is out. 7 crack. Let's throw that first.
7 characters.
So this 7-bam is going to be a good safe discard later. We're at 52 tiles remaining. We're still in the middle game.
9
There are
characters.
2 5 dots out, so we have 2 safe discards. Seemingly.
6 dots.
We're still looking for a 6-bam or a joker.
8 bamboos.
A 1. Okay, this is not out yet. We need to let that go first.
1 dot.
Okay, I was thinking maybe this player to the left was doing little odds.
Red
Little
dragon.
odds is 1 3 5.
West wind.
So it looks like nobody's playing wins.
6 bamboos.
Oh, that's our tile. Thankfully, we can use jokers. Okay, another 1 dot. Nobody wanted it. We might as well let that go.
1 dot. 1 character.
So we're going to need to dedicate that
6
joker.
bamboos.
Oh no, we need another one. Shoot. I don't think there's any recourse. We need to stick
4
with it.
characters.
We need to stick with it or fold. I don't think I would fold just yet. We have 2 discards
South
and we
wind.
can use jokers here. So we need another
8
joker.
dots.
Not ideal, but we still have some wiggle room.
4 bamboos.
Right now, there are no jokers visible, but the one in our
Pong.
hand. Oh, there's one. Okay, so this joker
1 dot.
is available for exchange.
Green dragon.
So we have a 3-4 Pung Kong. They could.
Mahjong.
Oh, we have a winner. So 5-7-9 dragon. Okay, this player, I think this is Judy. She has 5-7-9 dragon. Look at those jokers. How nice for you. Okay, and we're not going to do any analysis. We're going to click play again right away so we can keep the MAHJLIFE name for this table. Thank you for playing with me, Beverly and Judy. I don't remember who the other player was there. Anyway, thank you so much for playing with me at the table. We're going to play again. We got pretty far, 2 away. I felt good about that. The 6-bams went down. We were not ready to call. We needed another joker or a 6-bam. So there was only 1 more 6-bam. We still had a little wiggle room. We had a joker. There were 4 in that other player's hands. So there were still 3 other jokers or 4 other jokers available. Could have been in the other player's hands though. Okay, so here's Donna. And we have Beth. Let's see. We'll seat her at south and west. And we need 1 more player. Okay, Grace, thank you so much for popping by. For all those who came to hang out and go over this Q&A, thank you for being here. We're going to play for a little while longer, maybe 3 or 4 more games. See if we can get some fun examples to talk through with the new card. Maybe another Chow hand or that split Kong hand. That would be fun to demonstrate as well. All right, so now we have, oops. It'd be nice to play a wind hand too. We have a pair of 8s in here. That's what I would focus on. Okay, so pair 8 right there. We have 8 dot pair, so I would focus on that. 6, 7, 8. We have mixed suit in there, mixed suits 5 through 8. Let's let the 3, 4 go with this dragon, I think. North and south go with odds. I would probably keep the east. Here's a 7. We have a lot of 5 through 8. So let's let the 1 go with a wind and the 3. So here we have pair east. We have 1 pair of 8s though. So if we were to do east and west with 8s, that's a long shot. I probably wouldn't do that. You like the Pung of Flowers this year. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 hands with Pungs of Flowers. 6 hands. That makes flowers prevalent. Okay, we did get a west and another 8. All right, so we need to think about this here. There's an 8. We have 2 8s and we have, we're kind of gathering wins at this point. Let's let this 5 go. 6, 7, 8, mixed suit hand, second or third hand down. Let's let the 7 crack go. Let's see, 6, 7, 8, and 8, 7, 8, 5. Okay, here we go. Can't keep it all. Somebody just asked me in social media about, is 135 a chow? And the answer is no. We're going to keep going. We need to make a choice. We have 6, 7, 8, third hand down on the right, or wins. I'm thinking either 8s or wins here, because we only have 1 flower. There's a south. So let's let 6, 1 red go. I'm thinking we're going to be playing a wind hand. So maybe the third hand down. Oh, I should have kept that dragon. We could have maybe played the concealed hand. But we do have these 8s. Without another 8, the 8 bam, we really shouldn't be thinking about east and west with 8s. Even though that would be a single, this 8 crack is a single here. Oh, there's an 8 dot now. 8 dot. Okay, we're going to the right. I think I would just pass 2. Because we could do east and west with 8s, or we could do winds with flowers, third hand down, or maybe if we get a dragon, we could do the concealed hand. Anytime I say the word maybe, it's a long shot. That concealed wind hand would be a long shot. So we don't want to put too much confidence into that hand right there. See you later, Sil Shah. Sil Shah. Thanks for coming. We need, somebody just passed 1 tile. 1 tile. Ooh. Okay, so we have east, west, Pung of east. So I probably would play east and west with 8s. But we're going to go across. Let's wait and see how many our opponent wants here. East, west. I think, we're probably going to pass 1 or decline. I think I would play a wind hand here. The 8s are weak because we have no 8 bam. And our opponent is delaying their offer. So we're going to decline when we get to 3. So we'll just keep what we have. Oh, they wanted 2. We could have maybe had 1, but that's okay. 1 tile, that's fine. No worries. So we have winds, no gaps with winds. I'm thinking the first hand probably, or east and west with 8s if we get an 8 bam. 8 bam is what we're looking for east and west with 8s. That is the 6th hand down under consecutive run. We could also play the first wind hand and probably maybe the second option, because we could Kong the east and Pung the south. And then we just need to build on the northwest. I don't think I would play the flower hand for a third hand down, because we'd have to throw away an east. We need pair, northeast.
8
So
characters.
we'd have to waste an east.
2 characters.
So oh, well, that's interesting. So 8 crack just went down. Let's let it go.
8 characters.
So I'm going to earmark these
1 dot.
as joker bait. Probably the 8 dot will not be joker bait. If you're new to that concept, this is when you hold a pair
6
you don't
characters.
need, and in the middle of the game you discard one to coax an exposure from an opponent, and then you do the exchange with the other tile on your next turn. The 5 crack may be good joker bait.
5 bamboo.
So let's see if we can get the 5 crack to the middle of the game. And that will probably be, okay, we can let that go.
6 dots.
So let's see here.
1 bamboo. North wind. East wind.
Okay, this is where we have to make a choice. East, let's pass. We have a ways to go yet. If
3 dots.
if a south goes down, yeah, that was a tough call. Our north
West
and west are really weak. I'd almost rather wait and see if we can do the third wind hand now that the east is down. We could
6 bamboos.
discard that tile and maybe play the flower hand, because there are 8 flowers available. We might be able to
1
do
dot.
that if we get a flower. So
9
let's
dots.
just hold off. Well, too late. We did hold off on that east.
Green dragon.
So we'll see what we can do here. Wins maybe the third hand down now. So if we play
5 bamboos.
maybe around where this 2 crack is, we'll discard the 5.
3 characters.
We have a long way to go to get there. Let's throw the 8 now.
8 dots. 2 characters. 3 bamboos.
We're looking for
1
wins.
bamboo.
An east and a west are down, which shouldn't affect us too much. The ones are down.
1 dot.
Denise says some of the it feels like the hands are more switchable.
9 bamboos.
Really? That's interesting, because I heard the opposite. Somebody else was saying the opposite.
4 dots.
I haven't played enough to feel that yet. Although like numbers is
4
very
characters.
switchable, because there are a lot of like number hands on the card.
8
46% of the hands use like numbers.
2 bamboos.
We're going to try to get this 5 crack pair to about, let's say,
9 characters.
54 tiles remaining.
West wind.
Oh, bummer. We needed that.
8 dots.
All right, so we did pick up a west.
1
a joker.
bamboo.
We can maybe use that for the west now that 2 are down.
3 bamboos.
We'll see. We're still in between the first hand and the third hand down under winds.
7 dots.
We need keepers.
Kong.
Oh, Kong with a joker.
8 characters.
All right. 7 dot would be a nice pick for us.
White dragon.
7 dot. Come on in. Come on
Hmm.
down. Oh, we got skipped.
4 bamboos.
Okay, so there's another joker open.
Seven bamboos.
Oh, interesting. So they have a Kong of 7s and they discarded a 7. So they're not playing like numbers
3 characters.
and they're probably not playing odds. They're probably
7
playing
bamboos.
consecutive run. Let's see. They have 5s in front of them, a 9 and 8.
West
So maybe
wind.
4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, we need to make a choice. Let's pung.
Pung.
This pung is going to allow us to play the
4
first hand
bamboos.
or the third hand down. It's a little bit
9
risky
dots.
because we need a north and we need flowers. But we still have a little bit of wiggle
1
room here.
character.
It'd be very nice to get a north.
9 characters.
Okay, we don't need a
1
1.
character.
So this
3
joker
bamboos.
with the west is locked in now because there are 2 wests out.
Red dragon.
We could still play the first hand, Kong's north, south.
Pung.
We may need jokers here. Ooh, dragons. 2 pungs of
6
dragons on the
dots.
table. There's a south.
7 characters.
Ooh, I would love to draw a flower at this point. Or maybe, of course, the north. Now we're at 53 tiles. This is where
2 dots.
this is the sweet spot for joker bait. Between 60 and 50
2 dots.
tiles remaining is when you want to let these tiles go. So let's see what we can do. We're going to discard this 5 now.
Mahjong.
Oh my gosh, somebody won. Oh, they were playing like numbers. Like numbers with dragons. They discarded a 7 bam because they had their pair. All right, so well done there. And that was nice, like number dragon hand. Let's go ahead and play again. We got pretty close. Thank you for playing with me. We're going to keep going. Maybe play 2 or 3 more hands. Oh, this will be a south. Oh, Donna, I'll look for you at the next table, Donna. Here we go, next game. Oh, we got a couple. Oh, 3 jokers. Wow. That is, oops, that is nice. Okay, why is it not letting go? That was weird. Okay, so we have a 3 dot pair. So whatever we do, we're going to use that 3 dot pair. 3 dot pair. Here's a 4. Here's a 3 and a 6. So we do have 3, 4, 5. Maybe like numbers will come in. I think I would stop there and let 7, 8, 9 go. This is, or 6, 7, 8. This is a little bit risky. I hope, I'm kind of wondering if we can maybe play a quint with all these jokers. Let's see if we can get more consecutive tiles though. We have a ways to go here. The misfit quint, I do, because one of our nitty-gritty recurring topics is misfit tiles, misfit multiples. So misfit multiples, I don't know how I'm going to swing that this time around because there's no misfit quint. Okay, so we did get a 1 and a 2. So here's 2, 3, 4, 5. We have a wind we can let go of. The 8 can go because we have a pair of 3s. We have 1, 3, 3, 5, dragon. The dragon is not very helpful at the moment. Let's see. 2, 3, 3, 4, 1, 3. Let's let the 1 go. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, this 1 is not helpful, really. Three, 4 dot, 3 dot pair, 3 bam, 2, 3, 3, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, these chows are challenging because with the 4th hand down, you're limited. You've got to make your kongs fit that chow. Even that 5 tile run. Let's see. Here's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. Let's let the dragon go. We have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 3, 4. The first quint can pivot to line 3, B, 3, mix suit. Yep, I agree. 3rd hand down under consecutive run. Let's see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 3 dot pair. 3 dot pair. We got to let something go here. Let's let the 6 go. Okay, this is challenging here. 2, 3, 4. We got to use that 3 dot pair. Okay, that wind can go. These can go. We definitely want to keep going for sure. So we have 3, 4 dot, 2, 3, 4. What if we played, what about the concealed consecutive hand? 2, 3, 4 and 2 suits, identical run. Double, I call that a double run. Double run hand. 1, 2, 3, single pair pung. We would need a 2 dot in here. That would leverage the 3 dot pair. We have a pung now of 3s. There's a pung. South can go. 1 can go. We do have a pung and 2, 3, 4. So probably 3 dot pair, the 5, I think, can go. Ooh. 3, 4. Oh, maybe we should have kept that 5 for that quint. The first quint. Here's a 4. 7, 8 can go. We have 3, 4, 2, 3, 4, 4. I think the 4 crack can go. Let's see. We'll hold the phone. Let's keep that 4 and let the 4 dot go. Because we could do 2 bam, 3 dot, 4 crack quint. 2, 3, 4 first hand. And leverage that big multiple there. Okay, they want 3. We can do 3. Let's try to play this quint. First hand under quints. We've got 3 jokers there. We need a pair of flowers. That's the big weakness there. We need to quint the 4, and we need another 2 bam in here. The other thing we could do is hold on to the 3 bam for maybe, let's see, let's let this 4 bam go. We may be able to do the like number quint, I suppose, or maybe like numbers with 3s. Let's just wait and see. So that 3 bam is a backup. Okay, we got the 4 dot back. Let's let the wind go first.
West wind.
All right, so now that 3 dot.
South wind.
The 3 dot, I think.
7 dots.
It's going to be a challenge. If we calm that,
9
it's going to
bamboo.
lock us in a bit. Let's see. Let's let that 7 dot go.
7 dots.
2, 3, 4.
East wind.
2, 3, 3, 4. 2, 3,
South wind.
4. We could maybe
bamboos.
try the 2, 3, 4. Let's see. Oh, we're going to pass. Oh, there's the 3.
8 bamboos.
All right. I'm thinking we should play that
1
quint.
dot.
We need a flower.
4 bamboos.
The floating pair hand. We would need a lot more cracks than we have right now. I don't think I would consider playing the floating pair hand because we only have 1 crack.
4 dots.
I mean, we do have a Kong of 3s and a 3, but we only have 1 4 in the cracks. We would need
flower.
A run and a pair in there. I'd rather play the quint flower hand, the first quint.
1 bamboo.
Let's just wait and see. There's a 3. Let's let the 9 go. So here's a 3.
Characters.
Let's see what happens. That floating pair hand could work, maybe. It's a long shot though, because we need a 2, a 1, 2, 5, 6 in here. 1, 2, 5, 6 in cracks. That's a lot to ask.
1 dot.
Singles, 1, 2, 5, 6. There's a 2.
9
All right,
characters.
it's coming in. We have 3 numbers.
1 character.
Pairs and a run in BAM.
2 bamboos.
So we, let's see. I think, let's pass. We're closer
bamboos.
to the chow in the cracks.
White
But
dragon.
that 2 BAM, we would need to pung for the quint.
3 characters.
We need a pair. We need a pair for that run with the 3
White
crack.
dragon.
Well, we can't do
7
anything about
bamboos.
a 4 BAM being passed at this point, though.
8 dots.
Mm,
9 dots.
I'm thinking the quint probably is the
4
best
characters.
choice here. Here we would have to quint. Let's pass. Our hand is not strong
6
enough.
bamboos.
2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's too big of a
7
range.
characters.
I think maybe like numbers with 3s.
9 dots.
If the quint, or if the, oh, we have a winner. We have a year, what is this? A year hand with dragons, second hand from the bottom under the year. Well done there. Beth and Esther, thank you so much for playing. We got pretty close to either like numbers with 3s or that floating pair hand. We were trying for maybe that first quint. All right, let's play again. Yeah, I was thinking about like numbers with 2s, but somebody won. All right, let's see what we can do here. We'll take east, south. Here's Misty, west. We'll probably play one more game after this. We have cancel here. Here's a player in our circle. Next game. All right, what do we have to work with now? We have an 8 crack pair. I would build around that 8 crack pair. We have a 9, another 9, 5, 6, 7, 8. If you look at the hands under consecutive run, you need 3 to 5 numbers in a range. So 5, 6, 7, 8, or 6, 7, 8, 9 might work. There's a little bit of 2, 4, 6, 8 in here too. So I don't typically pass white dragons if I don't have to. So probably this 9 can go. Here we go. Thanks for coming, Smith. Appreciate you being here. Here's a 9 crack now, 9 crack pair. So we're going to hold that. So we have 8, 9 pairs in there. I think we should focus there. Let's see, 8, 9. Let's let the 4 dot go, I think. With an 8, 9, we want 6, 7 consecutive tiles, or 5 through 9. This 6 we might be able to use. Here's a little bit of a year block there. We don't want to pass that together. Okay, so we have 2, 4, 3, 2, 3, 4. So let's pass the 4. Let's see, we have an 8, 9 pairs in there. 8, 9, pair. Let's pass a 4, 2 or 4, 3 white. I don't want to pass year tiles together like that. Let's see. I don't want to be left with 2, 3, 2 twos either. Let's do it this way. 2, 4 dragon. It's better than passing a year block. All right, we have a 9 bam. Not helpful. Okay, so let's pass. Oh yeah, we want to keep going. So we can do, let's say, a 3, let's see, north. Really this 5 maybe we can keep for a bit. So let's do 2, 4 north. We're going to the left. Let's see. We did give them a 2. Did we not? 3, 4, 5. Let's do 4, 5. I don't remember what we gave them, but that's okay. All right, here's a 7 and a 6. We have 5 through 9 now. Here's a 7. So we have a lot of 6, 7, 8, 9. This is a little bit risky. 1, 2, 3. So probably I would break that down a little bit and let the 9 bam go. Kind of mitigate that risk a little bit. We have 6, 7 bam, 8, 9 crack, second hand down on the right, or 5 through 9, first hand on the right. Oh, thank you, Denise. Appreciate you being here. Okay, so let's pass these 3 at this point. 2, 3, east. We got a keeper, a 6. So I would play the first hand. They want 3. We can do 3. Let's do a 1, 6 west. 1, 6 west. We have 5 through 9. We need a 7, but we could use jokers. We're playing a gap hand right now. We need a 7 crack in here, which is not ideal, but it can come. We have 1 of 2 pair. All right, we've got our work cut out for us here.
2 characters.
Let's let the winds go first.
North wind. East wind.
So we need a 7 crack to fill a gap. We're an
West
underdog
wind.
right now until we get that gap filled.
East wind.
We have 5 discards-ish. Let's see. Let's let the west go.
West wind.
We have a 3, 4.
1 character.
3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9.
4 characters.
We have 3 discards. We're just going to keep gathering.
8 dots.
Ones. Don't need
1
ones.
dot. 3 characters.
Yeah, this can
6
go.
bamboos.
Although, look, we could do 3, 6, 9.
9
What about a
dots.
3, 6, 9 hand? Let's let the 2 go.
2 bamboos.
3, 6, 9.
North
3, 6, 9 in one suit. Second hand down. Maybe.
4 characters.
That would leverage 2 pair. We'd
3
have to throw away an
bamboos.
8. I would still love to get a 7 crack.
West wind.
So we'll see. We're going to keep gathering. We'll keep the
8
3 for a bit.
bamboos.
We might be able to switch to 3, 6, 9 if we can't
3
get a 7.
dots.
Let's let the 7 go
7
next.
characters.
Oh, that's our tile. And there's a hesitation on that. Let's let the 2 go first.
2 bamboos.
I like to discard year tiles first. I don't ever want to have to pay for the big year
7
hand.
characters.
The last single and pair hand. I don't want to pay for that.
4 bamboos. Three bamboos.
South. No.
South wind. 7 characters.
Okay, second
West
7.
wind.
I would switch to 3, 6, 9 here
1 dot.
because 2 7s are down.
2 bamboos.
We have 1 bam, 8 crack pairs we don't need.
Red dragon.
We might be able to get a joker out of these. We are just going to gather and sit tight.
1 dot.
We have 3 discards before we get to joker bait.
7 characters.
Yeah, the 7s are all going down.
7 bamboos.
There's a 1 bam pung now. That doesn't really work for joker bait.
9 characters.
We're not ready to call that.
1 dot.
We'll let the 1 go. Oh, the 5 crack.
1 character.
5 crack. That's a year tile. We have a year tile there too. 2, 3, 4, 5 though. Let's reassess.
1 bamboo.
Here's, let's see, the 1 bam can go 2,
South
3,
wind.
4, 5, 3, 4, 5, 6.
South wind.
3, 4, 5, 6. 3, 6, 9. The 7s are down. So I think this 8
bamboos.
needs to go. 3, 4, 5,
North
6
wind.
though we have. Or 3, 6, 9.
5 characters.
Oh, there goes the 5. We're getting spammed. Spamming is when your opponents are discarding all the
9
tiles
dots.
you need and you're not ready to use them. That's called spamming.
East wind.
That's my definition anyway. Okay,
2
there's a
characters.
dragon. I don't see any dragons out but the 1 here, red. We have 3, 4, 5, 6.
7
4,
bamboos.
5, 6. There's the 3rd hand from the
1
bottom
character.
under consecutive run with dragons. Let's just keep the dragon for a bit.
2 dots.
It's a little risky to do that though. Dragons they gain risk as the game progresses. So we
4
don't want to hold on to
bamboos.
that dragon for very long. I'm thinking we need to let it go. We're at 49 tiles remaining.
2 characters.
We have 2 more picks before we're in the
7
end game.
dots.
I think probably we should let the 8 crack
8
go.
characters.
Oh, there it is. Oh, nobody wanted it. Okay, so let's see. The 7s are down.
8 characters.
The red dragon is down. We do have 3, 4, or 4,
bamboos.
5, 6 dragon. This would be the 5th hand down.
8
4, 5, 6
characters.
dragon. It's weak. We need that 4 crack pair in there. There are 2 out.
9 characters.
Okay, so we're going to pass. That would be for the 3, 6, 9 hand. We probably
dragon.
are going to need to fold. We have too many options. There's that dragon.
6 characters.
We're not ready. I would not take that. We can't. I think we need to let this dragon go. There's a pung over there. We need to let this go. I'm thinking we need to
2
fold.
dots.
We're officially in the end game with this pick coming up.
Pung. 3 dots.
Okay.
Green dragon. Seven dots.
We got a 3. Took a while to get a keeper out of this.
Red dragon.
So maybe 3, 6, 9. We still need a pair of
2
flowers.
dots.
We would need 2 jokers for the 9
4
crack.
bamboos.
We would need a joker for the 6. And we'd need a joker for the
Flower.
3. We probably just should fold.
Five characters.
Okay, let's see. Let's let the 8
8
go.
characters.
Here's 1, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9.
6 bamboos.
That's a lot of cracks.
Flower. One bamboo.
All right. I think, let's see. 6 is out. 8 is out. Let's throw this 8.
8 dots.
We're at 30 tiles remaining.
Kong.
Okay, so I would fold.
Flower.
We're just going to block as best we can. Okay, flower, there was a hesitation there.
7 dots.
I think all these tiles are nobody wants. These are all out. Except,
6 bamboos.
well, there are 2. Yep, that can go then.
6 bamboos.
So let's still keep 3, 6, 9.
5 bamboos.
And we'll discard all these. Nobody
Kong.
wants these tiles here.
South wind.
There are 2 4 cracks out. 3 1 cracks are out. 2 5
6
cracks are out.
characters.
2 1 bams are out. We could Kong that. We do have a hand with no gaps, so
Kong.
let's take it. So now, and it's locked in. There's a 6 crack already out.
1 character.
We have a hand with no gaps.
Flower.
It's a long shot though, because we need jokers. We need 3 jokers.
3 dots.
The 8 dot here, 1 is available. And we have 4 good discards.
8 bamboos.
9 bam. No 9 bams are out.
5 characters.
Okay, so with the player across from us with the bams, 5 bam, dragon, Kong,
4
5 bam, pung, dragon.
9
Let's
dots.
see. They could be doing 5, 7, 9 dragon. So that 9 bam is going to be very risky.
2 characters.
There are 2 7 bams out.
East wind.
2 7 bams. Let's see how many 1s and
North
3s are.
wind.
Yeah, they're doing 5 7 9
4
dragon.
bamboos.
5 7 9 because the 1 bams and the 3 bam is out. So they need that 9
8
bam.
dots.
So we need to fold.
2 bamboos.
We are done. Okay, let's throw the 4 crack.
4 characters.
There are 2 red dragons out. Nobody wants the 1s. We have 1, 2,
9
3 more
dots.
picks, and we have 3 good discards here.
Flower.
Nobody wanted that's a bit risky right there. 9 crack should be safe. We have the 3 crack might be a little risky. The 9 crack nobody wants.
5 characters.
Oh yeah, that's going to be risky right there.
1 bamboo.
We don't want to throw that. 7 9, that's what they need over here.
7 dots.
We've got 2 good discards here.
3 bamboos.
The 1 bam will go first.
Joker.
Okay, that probably is a fold.
1 bamboo. White dragon.
Uh-oh. Oh, goodness.
5 dots.
Okay, now I think we should throw the 9 crack. This dragon could still be risky. There are 2 out.
White
One was thrown
dragon.
recently. Oh, there it is. Let's throw it.
Red dragon. Joker.
All right. Yeah, that would have been a winning hand over there. This player folded as well. They have a 7 bam there. The player to our right was 1 away. That was a good game. All right, we're going to play one more game for this live stream. Thank you so much for playing with me. We're going to go again. One more, and then we'll end the live stream. Make sure you've subscribed to my channel. Subscribe to my channel so you don't miss a thing. You'll get a notification from YouTube if you click that little gray bell. When I go live or upload a video, I go live 6 days a week. We do play here mostly American Mahjong, but we also play Hong Kong Mahjong on Thursdays and Ricci Mahjong on Saturdays, unless something comes up to where I can't play. Sometimes my schedule slips a little bit, but for the most part, we play live every day but Sunday. And the time slot is Monday through Thursday, 1 to 3. Everything is recorded, so if you miss it, you can watch the repost. Oh, look at this. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 pair. We have flowers. We have 2s. We have 6s. And we have white dragons. What if we maybe play a year hand? Let's let the 398 go here. Oh, thank you, Diane. You're welcome, Robin. You're welcome, Elle. Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining me. This would be a great Hong Kong hand. It would be sweet. Okay, so I'm thinking maybe a year hand. So there's a 5. I'm wondering if we should break up the 6 right now, because we could play, let's see here, the concealed hand, pair of flowers, 2, 0, 2, 5. We need another 2 in here. Okay, let's see. Let's let the 9 dot go here. Year hand, we have this pair of dragons, pair of flowers. I would like to use all these pairs. 3 suits. We need a 2. We need a 2 crack in here. Let's see. The 1 came back. We definitely can keep going. Let's see. 3, 6, 7. 1, 2. Okay, let's see what we get here. A 2 crack would be really nice. Although we could maybe play the first hand and let a white dragon go. I would want to use these flowers too, though. That first year hand and the concealed like number hand are pretty close to each other as far as ooh, we got like numbers with 1s. There's a 1, 2. We have a 6 crack pair now. Let's let that go. Break that up. The 1 bam, I think, can go. We have a 1, 2, 1, 2 dot, pair of flowers. 1, 2, 3. What about the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5th hand down under consecutive run? Let's let this 5 go. We can use this joker as the missing 3. It's not ideal playing a gap hand, but we've got our pair. We've got 2 of 2 pair locked in. We could pung the 2. We could even pung the dragon. We just need the 3 dot. Oh, look what came in, the 5 crack. Ooh, this is a little bit risky, but I think it's okay to pass that. 5 crack for maybe a year hand. What we really need in here is a 2 crack or 2 bam. There's a 2 crack and a 5. All right, let's just reassess now here because we do have year potential at this point. So let's just see 2 5 5. We've got flowers. We have 2 5. This 5 dot is really not helpful. They want 2. I think the 5 dot can go. So let's do 2. So we have year potential. Let's see. Or maybe the like numbers with 2s. Or the 4th, let's see, 5th hand down under consecutive run. Okay, so no keepers there. Let's let the 8 go.
8 characters.
All right, I'm thinking
1 bamboo.
really this 5 is not helpful. The 5 bam is what we really would want
1
for
character.
the concealed year hand. But I think even though we're playing a gap hand, either way we're playing a gap
1
hand.
character.
We could play like numbers concealed, year concealed,
West wind.
or consecutive run 5th hand down. We have 3 clear discards, so we have time to gather.
5 characters.
Oh, we'll pass.
South
And
wind.
we really don't need to define anything yet. At Mahjong time, if you're playing a gap hand,
5
you need to
bamboos.
define a joker for the
7
missing tile
bamboos.
so the game knows what you're playing.
7 dots.
So 5 bam just went down.
2 bamboos.
There's some potential for the concealed
6
hand.
characters.
Okay, there, let's let the 4 go.
4 characters.
I think I would play that 5th hand down under consecutive run and
5
define that
characters.
as a 3 to fill a gap. Because the 5 crack just went down.
North wind.
5 bam. If we draw a 5 bam, we could maybe switch
9 bamboos.
to the concealed hand. Let's see. Let's let the 5 crack go.
5 characters.
We have a 1 2 1 2. A little bit of double run, but it's super weak.
8 characters.
So I would not do that. I would rather,
5
I'd rather
dots.
maybe hold the 2 for like numbers. Like numbers concealed with dragons.
6 dots.
There's a dragon.
1 character.
We're trying to leverage these flowers. The dragon. We really just need one good pick for
9
the 3 dot
bamboos.
Kong. We could pung the 2. I think we should play that 5th
8
hand down.
dots.
It is a gap hand, but we've got jokers, thankfully.
5 characters.
We need a 3 dot.
North wind.
That would be an ideal pick. 3 dot.
1 character.
If a 2 dot goes down, we could call pung.
7
We would
dots.
need to pung for 2 dot.
9 bamboos.
So, oh, there's a 2 bam. Yeah, we already let these tiles go. Okay,
5
so
dots.
hold the phone because
East wind.
we can switch to the concealed hand and not be playing a gap hand. Like
7
numbers with
dots.
2s concealed. I think that might give us a little
7
more wiggle
bamboos.
room. Like
6
numbers with
bamboos.
2s concealed. We're not ready to call a 3 dot if it goes
2
down.
bamboos.
There goes a 2 bam. That's a concealed hand, so we're going to let it go. We're leveraging the Pung of Dragons and the
bamboos.
flower pair.
2 dots.
Oh, man. Let's Pung. Our 2s are going down.
Pung.
So now we'll let the 2 bam go.
2 bamboos.
And then we'll define this as a 3. There was a little bit of wiggle room there, but not so much anymore.
8 bamboos.
We have our 2 pairs in here, the flowers and the 1.
8
We need
characters.
1 good pick for the 3 dot, and we have jokers we can
Red
use if we
dragon.
need to. Okay, let's let the 2 crack go.
2 characters.
So we just need 1 good pick, and it could be a joker.
1 dot.
Well, that's a pass.
7 bamboos. 8 characters.
We're looking for a 3 dot.
East wind.
The 6 dot is out. Nobody wanted it. We're heading into this point in the game where you want to have safe discards.
9 bamboos.
We have maybe
8 dots.
4 more picks, and we'll be in the end
9
game.
dots.
We're looking for a 3 dot for the 5th hand down under consecutive run. Okay, now we got a 3 crack. I think the universe misheard
3
me.
characters.
We need a 3 dot.
Four dots.
We're looking for a 3 dot.
9 dots. 7 characters.
What was that? What in the... Okay, 7 dot can go.
7 dots. 9 dots.
We need a 3 dot.
3 dots.
Oh, shoot. Darn it. Well, we need a joker now. Well, we've already
8
got
dots.
a joker. 3 crack. No.
3 characters.
We need a 3 dot. What is the misunderstanding here? We need a 3 dot in here or a joker.
2 characters.
Okay, so 3 dot, just 1 is out.
7 bamboos.
Thankfully, we can use jokers.
1 dot.
And we have our pairs. 4 dot. Oh, man. Okay, let's let the 6 go.
6 dots.
This 4 dot was just discarded and nobody wanted it.
7 characters.
There's nothing really we can do. We're pretty well locked in with this hand.
4 dots.
Yeah, there goes the 4. Nobody wants the 4. Apparently, there was a hesitation there. We're officially in the end game now.
4 bamboos.
3 dot. We got the
4
3
dots.
dot. Awesome. Okay, we're ready to win on a
1
3 dot.
bamboo.
So now we might as well define that as a 3 dot. We won't be
9 characters.
queried for the dragon anyway. We need that last 3
8
dot.
bamboos.
No, there's 2 more. Ooh, we got a joker. So Mahjong. We got it. We got 1. So 5th hand down under consecutive run. 1, 2, 3 dragon with the help of jokers. Yes, with the help of jokers. Jokers are lovely. Here's a 2, 4, 6, 8 hand. And then we have over here a 3, 6, 9 pair hand, it looks like. 3, 6, 9 pair hand maybe. Or maybe the second hand from the bottom. Over here we have east and west with 4s probably. All right, that is going to do it for this live stream. Special live stream on a Monday night to go over Q&A for the 2025 National Mah Jongg League card that was just released a little more than a week ago. I guess it's been 2 weeks now. So if you missed it, I did a video where I shared all my findings. There's a link in the video description below to where you can catch up and watch that video and download a free ebook with all my findings in it and advice for playing with this new card. I hope you found this session helpful. I want to say thank you again for being here with me. It was a lot of fun to just talk about the new card and also play a few games together. Please feel free to join us for any live stream during the week. You can find my schedule on my website at MAHJLIFE.com. If you go to events, and then you'll see a live stream schedule, and you can find one that resonates with you and join us. I want to say thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Donna. Thank you again to our moderators for helping monitor the chat, and as well to our channel members for helping support what we do here at MAHJLIFE. I hope you consider joining us for our live streams. I look forward to seeing you in live stream chat. You got to be a subscriber, so please be sure to subscribe to my YouTube channel. If you have any questions about the 2025 card that we didn't cover, write it in the comment section below, or you could join us on Facebook, because we do have a Facebook group for MAHJLIFE as well. Oh, and also join our newsletter. You can join the newsletter from any page on the website by clicking join the newsletter mailing list. Just click that link and put in your name and email, and you'll get notification for when we do all kinds of fun things at MAHJLIFE. I'm going to go ahead and sign off unless you have any questions. It was my pleasure to be here, and I'm glad that we got to spend some time together. If you're new to my channel, thank you so much for joining us tonight. It was a pleasure to have you here. If you like this video, give me a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, consider subscribing. Click the little gray bell if you do. That way you'll get notification for when I post new videos, and you won't miss an opportunity to learn a new strategy or pick up an insight to the game that could give you an advantage at the table. Between now and the next video, may all your picks be keepers.